Kuzma Tesvich is on the line with us. He's an oysterman, one of the 6,400 licensed commercial fishers in the impacted parishes in Louisiana. Kuzma, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Thom.
I'm curious. First of all, BP has said they're going to make you guys whole and pay all legitimate claims. You have been in this business. Your family has been in this business. How do you quantify something like the knowledge associated with what you do, as opposed to simply looking at a tax return? And do you think BP is going to have anything to do with that?
Well, first of all, Thom, I'm a third generation oyster fisherman here in my own business since '78. Mm-hmm. And we have established a lot of oyster reefs out there, and a lot of productive reefs, and we don't know what's going to happen really. They say they're going to try to make it good, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah. It seems to me that that there's an awful lot that the person who taught you how to be an oysterman.
Well, it was my dad. I'm third generation.
Okay.
Actually, my grandfather fished oysters from 1904.
Okay, so I'm guessing, I'm not even guessing, I'm suggesting that the time and effort that your grandfather put into teaching your father and that your father put into teaching you this trade, this way of life and this way of earning a living, never shows up on a balance sheet, never shows up on a tax return, but has real value. And if these oyster beds are gone for a decade or a generation, that value is going to be lost, and BP will never be able to and will never even try, frankly, in my opinion, to reimburse you or your peers for that. Your thoughts on my take on that?
Well, Thom, it's something to really think about. Long term, how long this is going to affect us. The normal cycle of oysters, it's 3 years from a spat to a market size. Mm-hmm. So at least it could be 3 years, depending on that all the conditions in the water are right.
Right.
If the conditions
that's once the water's cleaned up.
Right. If the water's cleaned up and if the spat can take place.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess it's impossible to know because this volcano is still pumping oil out. It's impossible to know when that day may come that you guys can even start that 3-year cycle all over again.
Yeah, that's correct. We just have no idea what's going to happen.
What are you hearing from your peers about, we heard these stories about how the lawyers in their silk stockings and Gucci shoes had just, been parachuted out of the sky the first couple days of this oil spill, giving people $5,000 checks and asking them to sign waivers so they couldn't participate in class action lawsuits and things. And then on the other hand, we've got folks like Mike Papantonio, who's organizing fishermen and other people, other businesses that have been impacted by this into a class action lawsuit to try and take on BP. There's a corporation that in the last 3 months showed a $5 billion profit. That's, the leftover money. And, what are you hearing that they're doing, or what have you seen that they're doing with you and your peers in the area? And I know they're hiring some people to go out and do some remediation or run booms and things. Are they asking you to sign waivers against lawsuits in exchange for that?
No, not really. They're not asking that right now, and hardly any of the fishermen that I know of, which pretty much I know everybody, they're not going on with any class action suits or lawyers or anything as of right now. They're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen.
Right. Yeah. So there's concern. People are pausing. Yeah.
Definitely.
What's your personal sense of how BP is handling this, and frankly how the Obama administration and Governor Jindal are handling this?
Well, they're not really handling it good enough, because it shouldn't have been this long that we get any response. This oil spill shouldn't have went this long. Out there. It seemed like with all the technology we have in this country, they should be able to come up with a solution and shut this off.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
If the next 5-10 years are not going to allow you to be an oysterer, do you have a plan B?
Not really. That's basically what I did all my life, and we'll have to see when it comes to that point. If we could probably do different jobs, but you're not going to make enough money in a regular job that I could do to support the family,
Right. Yeah, it's a tough one. Kuzma Tesvich, thanks so much for dropping by and sharing your story with us, sir.
All right, we appreciate it.
It's
Thank you.
good talking with you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.